Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing another first impressions video. I haven't done one for a little while because, to be honest, I haven't really bought anything that has been new. I've just really replaced products that I've used up and gotten rid of. And I'm going to be talking about a product that I really don't know a whole lot about. I was recently at my local MAC counter and I was in there just picking up a few things that I wanted to replace, and I noticed this foundation that was sitting up on the bench that I haven't seen before, and it is the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. It retails for about $54. It looks like this. It's in a small sort of tube-like bottle, which normally, as you guys would know, the typical MAC style is in the glass jars. So that's what actually drew me toward it when I did see it. And I'm going to do what I normally do and jump onto their website, and I'm just going to read to you the benefits and the description of the product so you have a bit better of an idea of what this foundation actually does. So the full description of this foundation is a tenacious waterproof formula that can be used as a foundation or a concealer, wearing it for an unprecedented 24 hours. First of all, I'm never going to wear a foundation for 24 hours, so I'm not even going to try that today because my skin is angry enough as it is. So it would probably be more of like an 8 to 10 hour foundation right now. Neither rain nor tears can budge this oil-free, watertight product that actually repels moisture from the surface of the face. Formula blends seamlessly onto the skin with a medium to full coverage with weightless coverage. And it is a natural satin finish. So with that description, I am really excited to try it because I do like a good full coverage foundation, especially one that is a medium to full coverage, because if you are wanting it to be a little bit lighter, you can do so, but also if you want to build it up, you can. Now, I'm someone who has typically dry to dehydrated skin, so to be able to have a satin finish foundation that is a full coverage is awesome for me, because if I find any of my foundations are too matte, I can look really cakey, and after an hour or two it can look really flaky and get dry patches. So I do prefer a satin finish foundation. So if anybody has skin type like mine, this could be perfect for you. Also, the key claims and benefits to this product is that it is water resistant, transfer resistant, long wearing 24 hours. It provides instant and long-term hydration, oil free, and it is a stay true color, dermatologically tested, and it is for all skin type. With that being said, I'm really excited to try it. I am going to do what I normally do and do half of my face primer and then my other side unprimed. Now, I only really have a primer from MAC Cosmetics, which is the Fix Plus spray, and I don't really feel like that would be the perfect, I don't know, primer to try for this foundation. So I am going to use the NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. And I really like this one because it just gives like a really nice flawless look, especially considering this foundation is a full coverage. I feel like this will give a nice flawless finish. I feel like from the description that this foundation is something or somewhat of a event style makeup or wedding, considering it said that it's tear proof, sweat proof, long wearing. So let's just see about that if you guys are after a foundation like that. I've just freshly washed my hands and I'm just going to do this side of my face with the primer. I've got my little ear headband. I love these. I just got them from Kmart. They're so cute. But yeah, I'm just going to rub on this primer and do it on the left side of my face. I waxed my lip 2 days ago, and I don't know, maybe the wax might have been a little bit too hot and I got myself a little pimple there. And that is one of the reasons why I don't normally wax my lip, because it just always seems to break out there and it's so annoying. I'm going to go in with my Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush. Spread this product all over my face before I go in with the brush. This shade is NC30. I can immediately tell, like, luckily I don't have much fake tan on today, but this is Normally in the Studio Fix, that is what I use. I don't know if you can see my neck, but I'm a little bit fairer today than what I am normally. But I don't know, like immediately I feel like this is not NC30 of normal shading from MAC. So my suggestion would be to definitely do a swatch test when you're in store, because I didn't anticipate it to be this light, because normally for events and things like that, which is what I bought it for, I wear fake tan. So I thought maybe if I got one that was a little bit darker, but this seems to be a little bit more my natural skin type, which is fine, but that is not what I was expecting. So I would definitely swatch test it. I'm going to rub it all in, and then I will kind of, maybe once it's oxidized, it probably will go a little bit darker, but at this point in time, it looks really fair. So I don't know, I'll just see how I go for starters. Okay, so now that I've blended this foundation in, this is coat number 1. At the moment, I don't know, like I really don't feel like the color is what I was expecting. I just thought that it was going to be a little bit darker, and it's not. So that's probably one thing that I really want you guys to make sure that you check before you purchase this product, because it is a lot lighter than what I thought. I mean, once I sort of put my bronzer and contouring and all of that sort of stuff on, I'm sure it will be fine. But if I was going out on a Saturday night at this point in time, like I don't know whether I would wear this, because it is not the color that I would be for my fake tan. At the moment, that is definitely one negative thing I can say. The second thing that I'm going to say is that, considering that this is only one coat, and I mean one coat, like I didn't go extra in putting foundation on my face. Like I did, like I feel like what a normal first coat would be, and this is definitely medium to full coverage. Like I'm really happy with it. Like if I was going to work and I just wanted like a medium to full coverage but still really natural, this would be honestly perfect. It does have a very nice satin finish to this foundation. I don't feel cakey at all. I even would feel comfortable just wearing one coat like this, and we all know like how much I love a full coverage. But like, considering this is coat number 1, I feel like this is actually a really nice, I don't know, level of coverage. Like it's really nice. The color of it though, like if I'm going to put aside the fact that I thought that it was going to be a lot darker, it is such a pretty color. Like it's very skin-like, I have to say. Like I don't feel like it looks like I'm wearing foundation. It looks very natural, and yeah, at the moment I'm really liking it. But to do this review video, I am going to go in and do my second coat, which is what I would normally do. So I'm going to go in and then I will see how that goes. I probably won't put as much on because I really do feel like this is quite good coverage. So I'm going to jump in and I'm just going to do a little bit more of a fuller coverage, and I'm going to see how that sits there. With the second coat, I really like to be able to push the product into the skin, because I feel like when you're doing your first layer of foundation, you really want to move the product and make sure that you're covering every area, whereas this is you just sort of pushing the product in and making sure that it has that full coverage with it. I do have to say though, it is a really easy foundation to blend. I actually really like it, to be honest. I'm just really curious to see if it does, like, because there's quite a few points that MAC are trying to sell to me that this product does, and I just feel like sometimes when they say too many things that a product does, it's like, come on, as if it does all of that. It's just a foundation and it's just a product at the end of the day. So I'm just really curious to see if MAC is spinning it, or if this foundation actually does what MAC tells us that it does. Now that this is the full coverage second coat foundation, I am really happy with the way that it has turned out. I don't even have my full face on yet, but the color of the foundation is really pretty. The coverage is on point. Like, it is a definite full coverage now. So that first layer that I was looking at was a really good medium coverage, and this is now a full-blown full coverage, and it is so pretty. I'm really, really happy with it. It is definitely a satin finish. Like, I don't know, like, I know that I've got a bit of light happening there, but you can definitely see that there's a little bit of a glow to the skin, which I really like. Especially, like I said, being that I am a dry to dehydrated skin, I like to be able to have a foundation that kind of gives me the illusion that I have the inner glow, and I feel like this really does. So, like, even with the pores, it didn't even say anything about having like a pore reducer effect in there, but they definitely seem to be not making them look a lot worse than they already are, and my fine lines and wrinkles don't seem to be standing out neither, especially it being a full coverage. But yeah, I feel like once this color oxidizes, I feel like it will be a lot prettier. At the moment, I can't say that I don't like it. It's really hard, especially when you're trying foundations out. Like, I feel like you really do need to wear them quite a few times, but these days I'm pretty like in tune with what I like, what I don't like, and what I want. And I also feel like when I try something, I can straight up figure out whether I'm going to like it or not. And I feel like this is going to be a really good foundation to have in my rotation, which is a little bit extra, but that's me. But yeah, at the moment I'm really happy with it. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm really curious to see how long the product stays on for. I'm really curious to see how it transfers, because that was one point that it did say that it didn't transfer, and that it didn't actually make any movement to the foundation. So they said 24 hours, water resistant, and transfer resistant. So I really want to try those three things. I want to see how it's sitting. This is every day. Thank you. I am going to jump off camera. It is now 10 a.m. So, well, it's actually 10:03, but I'm actually going to jump off camera and I'm going to do my makeup, and I will check back in. Usually it takes me about half an hour, 45 minutes. So I'll jump back in and I'll let you know once I've done my whole face, to let you know how that's all settling in. Okay, so it's now about, it's actually 11:20. It took me so much longer to do my makeup than what I thought, because I was just taking my time, I suppose. But yeah, I've actually just finished doing my makeup. This is the look that I have done today. I'm actually filming like a Valentine's Day makeup, so you may see this before or you might see it after. Either way, I'll link it below if I have. I have to say, so far, like, this makeup look has really turned out so nicely. Like, the foundation is absolutely beautiful. Like, it makes my skin look flawless. I'm really happy at the moment. It's only been on since I've obviously finished doing my makeup, but I'm really curious to see how this is going to go throughout the day. I actually am going to be working a little bit later on this afternoon, so I'll be curious to see how it actually holds up when I'll be doing, I mean, it's not strenuous, but I'll be like hot and, you know, working. So I'm curious to see how it holds up with that sort of, I don't know, working environment. But also I'm going to be going out for coffee with some girlfriends of mine after I finish work, so I'll probably be wearing it till at least, I would say, 10 o'clock tonight. So it'll be a really good judgment as to how long and how well this foundation lasts for. At the moment, I'm really happy. I really like the color of it. I really like the way that it's sitting on my skin. It's really blurring, sort of like any of those unliked areas. But yeah, I'm curious to see how it holds up. But at the moment, I'm really liking it. At the moment, I think it's really pretty and it suits my skin. Again, like I said, I do not think that this foundation would be great for me to use when I have fake tan, because it's definitely not a fake tan color. But other than that, that's the main issue that I have with it. Otherwise, I really like it. Yeah, at the moment, I think that it's really pretty. So I'm curious to see. I will check back in another couple of hours. I might see how I go after lunch. Excuse me. I've got a few hours just to myself, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'll see you at about 2 o'clock. Okay, so it's now 2 o'clock. I'm really, really happy with the foundation so far. I feel like it doesn't even, I don't know, it just doesn't even look any different from the first time that I recorded. It hasn't budged, it hasn't moved. I haven't really had a whole lot to eat, like I wasn't really messing my face or anything, but so far so good. It's not cracking around my nose or anything, which is really good, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm more just curious to see like what's going to happen in the next couple of hours when the oil starts to come through and, you know, the drier patches it starts to cling to. So yeah, I'll check back in at about 5 o'clock and hopefully we'll start to see the true deal of this foundation, considering that will have been on since, I don't know, 10 o'clock. So what's that, like 8 hours, something along those lines, 9 hours. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that goes, but I'll see you guys back then. So it's now 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock on the rocket clock. So it's now been on, I don't know, you can start to see like my pimple coming through and it's a little bit worn around my mouth and my nose sort of area, and it's starting to separate a little bit here underneath my eyes. Really like this foundation. I'm going to do one more check-in, considering that it's now like 5:30 or 5 or 5:30. I think this foundation has lasted seriously like really well. It hasn't come off a whole lot. I'm pretty like impressed with it though. Don't you think it looks good? Do you think it looks good? I think it looks real nice.
You're annoying.
Anyway, I'll do one more check-in when it's about 9 o'clock. I'm about to go and have coffee, so I don't know, it'll be a few more hours away. But otherwise, it's lasted pretty well. It hasn't even really started separating, which is really weird because normally it starts to like cling onto like my dry patches and it just like makes all my smile line and under my eyes like really separate, but it hasn't done that. So this foundation is actually really good. So yeah, one more check-in and my verdict will be there. All right, it's now 10:18 and I've just gotten home from coffee and it has officially been on for almost 12 hours, and I have to tell you, I'm like seriously so impressed with this foundation. It is like held up so well. It is exactly the sort of makeup that I am exactly after. It is perfect for a nighttime look or even a daytime look. It definitely does not transfer. I haven't got any makeup on my hands or even on my my clothes because I've like obviously changed clothes a few times today. But yeah, I'm really impressed with it. It is definitely a satin finish foundation and it has maintained to stay that way. It hasn't worn off. It has really actually maintained to be quite a good foundation all throughout the day. I will definitely be using this again. It is quite a small bottle and I did pay about $54 for it, so it is quite expensive, but considering the money that I paid for it, it is definitely worth it. It has really, I don't know, like I'm just really shocked. Like I didn't think that I would enjoy it as much as what I did because like I said in the earlier video, I had used the Studio Fix foundations prior to me using this one and I never really seemed to be quite a fan of them. Like the colors and the way that it held on my skin never seemed to work as the way that I wanted to, or it did on other people. Like I'm not saying that it wasn't a good foundation, but I don't know, I just never seemed to be quite as much of a fan as what some people have. So for me to be able to use this particular MAC foundation and really love it, I definitely would recommend it and I would definitely use it again. Like it is great for people with dry skin because normally even though like I have dry skin, I do go a little bit oilier on my T-section, and I don't feel like it's oily at all. Like it hasn't even worn away. Like obviously my eyes are starting to go a bit funny, but like I said, it was literally raining outside, and you can see by my hair it's a little bit frizzy, but it definitely didn't even come off in the rain. I don't know, like I'm just really happy with the way that it turned out. So if you do like these videos that I make for you guys, please make sure you give them a thumbs up and comment down below if you've tried it and if you did enjoy it. Otherwise, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to get notifications when I post videos. But until next time guys, I will see you in my next video. See you, bye.